daily. Let's see if we can get a little longer time today. Last week it kept going crazy out here last week. I don't think I need it. If we could get out here, it's supposed to be 80 today. If we could get out here a little earlier. So yeah, so before I get started, I'm gonna say all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, my Hashem, Yahweh Shai, my Hashem Rakakadas. Salute to the men out here teaching the fullness of the scriptures in these times, to the hopeful elect out there scattered abroad, unlike it to a speckled bird. Tabernacle of King David, peace, blessings, salutations to the remnant, men, women, children. Shalom, right? So once again, out here through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, to bring out the truth of the scriptures to you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and speckled bird Israelites will be scattered among the heathen and will look like the heathen. And just because Israel got scattered, that don't change the fact of what the scriptures say, an everlasting covenant, an everlasting covenant. Even though the scattering, matter of fact, I should get it in the Good News translation first to start, but one came to mind. So the green stuff is back now. Esau done messed up the seasons. The seasons don't make no sense no more. The changing of the time and back and forth with the time and all of that. Let's go. Psalms 106. Might be 105. Yeah, it's 105. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 105, and we start at 1. Psalms 105, point further down, though. 6, 7. Oh, give thanks unto the Lord. Call upon his name. Make known his deeds among the people. Sing unto him. Sing psalms unto him. Talk ye of all his wondrous works. Glory ye in his holy name. Let the heart of them rejoice that seek the Lord. Seek the Lord and his strength. Seek his face evermore. Remember his marvelous works that he hath done, his wonders and the judgments. He hath remembered his covenant, the word which he come to 1,000 generations, which covenant he made with Abraham and his unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant, an everlasting covenant. So just because Israel was punished, don't mean that the agreement was changed. Let's go Deuteronomy. Let's start go there. Deuteronomy. Scattering. Scattering is a curse. But just because or punishment, and just because we was punished, don't mean that the Lord just said, okay, they punished now, so it's to all the Gentiles. The nations I can't stand, I hate them. What it's saying right here? This one came into my mind. Isaiah. What it say right here? Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Yeah, will yet choose Israel. Where we at now? Going back to it. Deuteronomy 31 and 16. Yeah, come. Let's go. Deuteronomy chapter 31 and 16. And the Lord said unto Moses, Behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, and this people will rise up and go a whoring after the gods of the strangers of the land, whether they go to be among them, and will forsake me and break my covenant which I have made with them. Then my anger shall be kindled against them in that day, and I will forsake them and will hide my face from them, and they shall be devoured, and many evils and troubles shall befall them, so that they will say in that day, are not these evils come upon us because the Most High is not among us? And I will surely hide my face in that day for all the evils which they shall have wrought, in that they are turned unto other gods. Yeah, man. So this is all a punishment. But then at the end of the day, it's the Lord is the one that gets you to do whatever you doing. It's the Lord that you ain't no free will. Man's goings is of the Lord, right? And it shall come to pass when many evils and troubles shall befall them, that this song should testify against them as a witness, for it shall not be forgotten out of the mouths of their seed. For I know their imagination go about even now before I have wrought them in the land which I sway. Moses therefore wrote this song the same day and taught it to the children of Israel. And he gave Joshua, the son of Nun, a charge and said, Be strong and of good courage, for thou shalt bring the children of Israel into a land which I swear unto them, and I will be with thee. Okay, let's keep getting it. Let's keep reading some more. And in the past, yeah, got to keep checking the. Yeah, cause last week, man, I tell you, man, when you talk about certain stuff on YouTube, on the internet, period, in general, it's crazy how all of a sudden it's technical difficulties. You can't get on here. You talking negative, but then you go in there and you talking positive about the gang culture. You bigging up the gang culture. You supporting that stuff. Ain't no issues. You start talking too negative about the things that they pushing. Now all of a sudden you got technical difficulties. That's amazing, man. Deuteronomy 31 and 24. And it came to pass when Moses had made an end of writing the words of this law in a book, until they were finished, that Moses commanded the Levites which bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord, saying, Take this book of the law and put it in the side of the ark of the covenant of the Lord for your power, that it may be therefore a witness against thee. For I know thy rebellion, and thy stiff neck. Behold, while I am yet alive with you this day, ye have been rebellious against the Lord, and how much more after my death? Yeah, Israel always been rebellious, always. Okay, yeah, we get off that. What's the one? Oh, here you go. This one kept coming in my head. Let me get this one. Second address. What's that? No, it's not second address. My bad, it's Baruch. Baruch chapter 2. Baruch chapter 2 and let's start at 24. Baruch 2 and 24. But we would not hearken unto thy voice to serve the king of Babylon. Therefore hast thou made good the words that thou spakest by the servants, the prophets, namely, that the bones of our kings and the bones of our fathers should be taken out of their places. And lo, they are cast out to the heat of the day and to the frost of the night. And they died in great misery by famine, by sword, by pestilence. And the house which is called by thy name, thou hast laid waste, as it is to be seen this day for the wickedness of the house of Israel and the house of Judah. O Lord, our power, thou hast dealt with us after all thy goodness and according to all that great mercy of thine, as thou spakest by the servant Moses in the day. We was reading in Deuteronomy what Moses was saying, right? As thou spakest by Moses, by thy servant Moses in the day when thou didst command him to write the law before the children of Israel, saying, no, the children of all the world, no, the children of Israel. The punishments, the blessings, everything is for Israel, man. Yeah, in the kingdom, all the other nations going to be blessed, because then the world is going to be under righteous rulership. So everything is going to be done in righteousness. You don't have to worry about GMO foods, vegetables, and all that. You got to go to the store and look for organic vegetables. All vegetables supposed to be organic. You got to go in the store and you got to worry about, what's the new shit they got? Laboratory meat. They got a laboratory chicken factory, a big one out here in North Carolina. And the FDA passed the thing where in restaurants, even in North Carolina, in restaurants, they could use laboratory chicken breast. They could use laboratory chicken breast, and they don't even have to tell you it's laboratory chicken breast. FDA passed that. So in the kingdom, even just because of a righteous rulership, you ain't gonna have to worry about certain things. So yeah, in the kingdom, other nations will be blessed, but they still gonna have to bow down to the Israelites. Man. It ain't gonna be a league of nations, a united nations. No, it's Israel and everybody else. Baruch 2 and 27. O Lord, our power, thou hast dealt with us after all thy kindness, all thy goodness, and according to all thy great mercy of thine, as thou spakest by thy servant Moses in the day when thou didst command him to write the law before the children of Israel, saying, if ye will not hear my voice, surely this great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations where I will scatter them. For I knew that they would not hear me because of this stiff-necked people, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves and shall know that I am the Lord, their power. For I will give them a heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and return from their stiff neck. Yeah, you can see the green stuff. You can see it blowing. That stuff getting in your nose and your throat is a problem. But yeah, so return from your stiff neck. So yeah, the Lord punished us. He knew we wasn't going to listen. He even told Ezekiel, don't talk to them, Ezekiel. Matter of fact, right here, right? Go talk to them, Ezekiel, but I know they ain't gonna listen. But still go talk to them. Why? Because that's the Lord's people. The message was always for Israel. It wasn't, oh, Israel ain't gonna listen to the Lord, who actually controls everything that we do and say anyway. So Israel not gonna listen, and because Israel ain't gonna listen, because I made them not listen, Israel ain't gonna listen because I made them not listen. So now, the Lord might as well just said from the very beginning, the covenant is for everybody. Because I control everything anyway. So I'm gonna make a covenant with Israel, then I'm gonna put it in them to be rebellious, stiff-necked, not listen, so I can then turn around and make the covenant for everybody. That don't make no sense, man. Yeah, Ezekiel. Chapter 3, verse 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel. Not to many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely, had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted. Yeah. And it was all sent to Israel, man. Everybody. All the prophets were sent to Israel, period, man. Okay, we still. Back to Baruch chapter 2 and 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord their power. For I will give them a heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity. So yeah, so how you gonna be? You under the you under the curses. You in the land of captivity. You being punished. And so then you gonna turn to the Lord, and then the Lord gonna say, well, the covenant is changed now. Because I punished you and this and this and that, and you turned your back on me, so now the covenant is for everybody. So anybody that call on me now. Baruch 2 and 32. 31. And shall know the Lord their power, for I will give them a heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and return from their stiff neck, and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord, and I will bring them again into the land which I promised with the oath. Listen to me. Baruch 2 and 34. Baruch 2 and 34. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it. Kind of remind you of, line up with what we read in Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. I will yet choose Israel, and I will bring them again into the land which I promised with the oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant. There it go again. So even after being in the land of captivity, our captivities, and remembering the Lord and turning from being stiff-necked, it still mentions that everlasting covenant right here. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people, and I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land which I have given them. So again, that go back to even lining up with them people over there claiming to be in the Lord's people. The Lord didn't return them. And if they are fulfilling prophecy, like they love to say, if they are fulfilling prophecy, you know, according to the scriptures, once the Israelites get back over there, the Lord returning them, they won't have to worry about nothing forever. So you wouldn't need an iron dome. You wouldn't need to be going around trying to, right now they running up in Gaza doing what they doing. They wouldn't have to be doing none of these things. Because according to the scriptures, they gonna be good. Once is the true Israelites return over there to Jerusalem, they ain't gonna have to worry about nothing. Get some water. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's go. Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 17 and 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in a land which thou knowest not. Line up, right? In the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. The Lord set everything up, man. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in a land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. Yeah. Till the Lord return and give us a new heart, a new mind where we can't go off. Hebrews chapter, matter of fact, let's get it. What's that? Hebrews 7? No, it's in Jeremiah too, right? But Hebrews, let's see. Oh, it's not 11. I think it's 7. No, it's 8. Hebrews 8. Yeah, come. Let's go. Hebrews chapter 8 and verse. Let's go 6. Hebrews 8 and 6. But now have he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established under better promises, because it's saying Galatians 2 and 16, right? Right, let's get that Galatians 2 and 16. 15:10. Galatians chapter 2 and yeah, 16. No, 21. My fault. Salaki. 21. Galatians 2 and 21. I do not frustrate the grace of the Most High, for if righteousness come by the law, then Hamashiach is dead in vain. Yeah. So you needed the first covenant was the law, the law, the law, the law, the law. Nobody can keep the law perfect, and we all went off. It say we all sin. We all sin. So if you going off of the law, you ain't gonna get there. Romans chapter 3, verse 20. Yeah, Romans 3 and 20. Therefore, by the deeds of the law, there shall no flesh be justified in his sight. The law. You try as much as you can, hard as you can. But, therefore, Romans 3 and 20. Therefore, by the deeds of the law, there shall no flesh be justified in his sight. For by the law is the knowledge of sin. Yes, sin is transgression of the law. So you need to have an understanding, and it's more than just 10. It's 613. And if you go through them and look at them, man, you got to be real good to go through the whole 613 and say I could keep all 613 without a problem. Real good. So you real good. 23, watch this. Let's get 22, then 23. Even the righteousness of the Most High, which is by faith in Yahweh Shai Mashiach, unto all and upon all them that believe, for there is no difference. Watch this. For we all have sinned and come short of the glory of the Most High. Romans chapter 3, verse 23. For all have sinned. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of the Most High. See? So you need Yahweh Shai. That's how you get to the new covenant. The new covenant is through Yahweh Shai. It ain't through the law. Because everybody wasn't able to keep the law. And it say we all have sinned. Because it say a bad thought. A bad thought is Hebrews chapter 8 and 6 again. Now these things were thus excuse me. Now when these things were thus ordained, the priest went always unto the first tabernacle according to the service. No, I'm reading 9. Okay, I was like, that ain't it. Hebrews 8 and 6. I was reading Hebrews 9 and 6. Hebrews 8 and 6. But now have he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises. For if the first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second, for finding fault with them, with us. For finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant. And we read in Baruch who the new covenant was for. In the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves. They shall turn to me. I will put them in their land, and then I will make a new covenant with the house of Jacob. That everlasting covenant, that just because we was punished, don't mean that the covenant was changed just because Israel was punished. Hebrews 8 and 8. For finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day, the covenant of the Lord, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. See, because they continue not in my covenant. And it said that we read earlier that Israel didn't follow the covenant. But just because they didn't follow the covenant at that time, mean that the covenant was changed. For this is the new covenant. This is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. See? For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. Which days? The days when we wasn't in the covenant. The days when we was in the land of our captivity. The days when we was discontinued from our heritage. After those days. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their minds and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for all shall know me from the least to the greatest. Yeah, man. Keep reading. Let's get these last two. For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness. Everybody unrighteousness. No, the house of Israel. For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness and their sins and their iniquity. He saith, a new covenant he hath made, and that he saith, a new covenant he hath made, the first old. Now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away. Yeah, man. I had one that came in my mind when I was reading that. It'll come back, Lord willing. It'll come back. Let's keep getting. Oh, we back. They starting that redirecting thing already. Ezekiel chapter. Yeah, I don't get it, man. But again, it's gonna come a time when there ain't nobody gonna be able to do no lives unless you talk about niggery. Unless you want nigger time, you ain't gonna be able to do no lives anyway. But we still going. We still going. All willing, I get over an hour today. Last week I did, the first one was like 20 minutes, 16 minutes. The second one was like 44 minutes, whatever the case. They kept the third time I tried to get up, the third and the fourth time, it wouldn't even let me on. When I tried to go live, all it kept doing was going redirecting or whatever. So, hey, you know, do what you can do. I can't control YouTube and they bullshit. Ezekiel chapter 5 and 5. 4. Yeah, let's start at 4. Ezekiel 5 and 4. Then take of them again and cast them into the midst of the fire and burn them in the fire, for thereof shall a fire come forth unto all the house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord power, this is Jerusalem. I have set it in the midst of the nations and countries that are round about her in the land of their captivity. They shall remember themselves, right? Okay. And it's and you also see that even though we was in the land of our captivities, it said you shall return and remember yourselves. And then it talks about the everlasting covenant that I will make again. So just because you in the land of your Israel is in the land of the captivities, the covenant is still there. It's just put on hold. It just put on hold. I'm gonna put this punishment on hold for y'all. This benefit or this reward, this prize, however you want to say it, I'm just gonna hold this. I still got it, but I'm gonna put it on hold right now. Why? Thus saith the Lord power, this is Jerusalem. I have set it in the midst of the nations and countries that are round about her, and she have changed my judgments unto wickedness more than the nations, and my statutes more than the countries that are round about her. For they have refused my judgments and my statutes. They have not walked in them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, because ye multiply more than the nations that are round about you, and have not walked in my statutes, neither have kept my judgments, neither have done according to the judgments of the nations that are round about you. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I, even I, am against thee, and will execute judgment in the midst of thee in the sight of the nations, and I will do in thee that which I have not done, and whereunto I will not do any more the like, because of all thine abominations. Therefore the fathers shall eat the sons in the midst of thee, and the sons eat their fathers, and I will execute judgment in thee, and the whole remnant of thee will I scatter all the winds. Wow. Let's keep getting it. Let's keep getting it. Therefore, Ezekiel 5:11. Wherefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, surely because thou hast defiled my sanctuary with all thy detestable things and with all thy abominations, therefore will I diminish thee, neither shall my eye spare famine, shall in the midst of thee, and a third part shall fall by the sword round about thee, and I will scatter a third part into all the winds, and I will draw out the sword after them. Thus shall my anger be accomplished, and I will cause my fury to rest upon them, and I will be comforted, and they shall know that I, the Lord, have spoken, and my zeal when I that are round about thee, when I shall execute judgment in thee, in anger, and in fury, and in furious rebukes. I, the Lord, have spoken it, when I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you. And I will increase the famine upon you, and I will break your staff of bread. So will I send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence, and the blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring a sword upon thee, and the Lord hath spoken it. I just seen that Atlanta rapper last night, yesterday, the day before yesterday. Police come to arrest him, and he don't want to get arrested by police, so he run away, jump over a fence, and break his leg, and die because he broke his leg. I guess he broke his femur, and when you break your femur, depending on how you break it, it stab one of them veins or something in your leg, or you got a blood clot or a blood issue, you could bleed out. So that's what they say happened, but you like, yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. Even the people that's the so-called people that made it in this society, that got money, they even catching hell. You look at the people, even though most of them done got there by wickedness, doing wicked, selling out, doing all kind of wicked, even them people catching hell. They catching just as much hell as the people that don't got no money. Okay, we got that, the Lord on our ass. Let's get over there. Let's get over there. Psalms. Let's get back. We gonna go back and forth between the punishment and the covenant. Back and forth. The blessing and the curses. 8. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's right here. And say, and it say, the heading over it is God's covenant stands fast. And stand fast pretty much mean if that's a military, kind of like a military term they use to stand fast. That means just stand still. Stand fast. Yeah, stand your ass right there. So God's covenant stands fast. Psalms 89:27. Also, I will make him my firstborn higher than the kings of the earth. My mercy will I keep for him forevermore, and my covenant shall stand fast with him. His seed also will I make. Yeah, I remember one that I wanted to get. Seeing that seed again. Let's put that there. Let's hold that. And let's go. It's Galatians. But they see seed. Yeah. Let's go. Galatians chapter 3, verse 15. Brethren, I speak after the manner of men, though it be but a man's covenant, yet if it be confirmed, no man disannulleth or addeth thereto. Now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. He saith not unto seeds as of many, but as of one, and to thy seed which is in anointed. Yeah. So yeah, he said, I said unto Abraham and his seed, not to Abraham and his seeds, because Abraham had 8 sons? So he didn't say unto his seed, he said Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Matter of fact, let's get this one. What is it? Exodus, right? Is it Exodus or Genesis 17? Let's see. I think it's Genesis 17. Let me see. It's Genesis 17. Yeah, it's right here. Genesis chapter 17 and verse. Let's go 15. And the Most High said unto Abraham, as for Sarah, thy wife, thou shalt not call her Sarai, but Sarah shall her name be, and I will bless her and give thee a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings of people shall be of her. Going back to that, said to the seed one, not seeds multiple, right? Then Abraham fell upon his face and laughed and said in his heart, shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old? And shall Sarah that is 90 years old bear? And Abraham said unto the Most High, oh, that Ishmael might live before thee. And the Most High said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac. And I will establish my covenant with him. With who? With him, Isaac. I will establish my covenant with him for everlasting covenant, and with his seed, no S, with his seed after him. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and I will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation, but my covenant will I establish with Isaac. See? So going back to seeds not of everybody getting the covenant. But my covenant will, Genesis 17 and 21. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time in the next year. And he left off talking with him, and the Most High went up from Abraham. Yeah. So going back to it, man, that covenant, that line, that chosen seed is a chosen seed. Matter of fact, where's another one right here? He's 44, Sirach. Plus, I figured coming out here earlier, maybe that'll help. I don't know, with the reception. I don't know, try and get out here early. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 44 and 19. Abraham was a great father of many people. And going back to that seed, right? Hey, Shalom. Hey, Shalom, Elder. Shalom, man. I see you from the UK. London Civ. Shalom, brother. Shalom, man. Yeah, you'll be out there, man, every day out there with the people, brother. You be grinding. But back to it. Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 44 and 19. Abraham was a great father of many people, and glory was there none like unto him, who kept the law of the Most High and was in covenant with him. He established the covenant in his flesh, and when he was proved, he was found faithful. Therefore, he assured him by an oath that he would bless the nations in his seed, a seed with no S, in his seed. And we established that seed was Isaac. Because he said, hey man, Ishmael, he gonna have 12 princes. I'm gonna make him a great nation and all of that. But in the next line, he said, but my covenant is gonna be with Isaac. Then we read in Galatians, I said to Abraham and his seed of one, not his seed of multiple, right? Therefore, he assured him, Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 44 and 21. Therefore, he assured him by an oath that he would bless the nations in his seed, and that he would multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed, no S, as the stars, and cause them to inherit from sea to sea, and from the river unto the uttermost part of the land. With Isaac did he establish likewise for Abraham his father's sake the blessing of all men and the covenant. He made it rest upon the head of Jacob. He made it rest upon the head of Jacob. He acknowledged him in his blessing and gave him a heritage and divided his portion among the 12 tribes that he part them. Yeah, man. He established the covenant with Isaac, man, period. It wasn't for everybody, man. Covenant wasn't for everybody. Where we at? Where was we at? Let's see, was it here? Let's go back to it. Psalms chapter 89 and 28. My mercy will I keep for him forevermore, and my covenant shall stand fast with him. His seed also will I make to endure forever, and his throne as the days of heaven. If his children forsake my law and not walk in my judgments, if they break my statutes and keep not my commandments, then will I visit their transgression with the rod and their iniquity with stripes. Nevertheless, my loving kindness will I not utterly take from him. Nevertheless, my loving kindness will I not utterly take from him, nor suffer my faithfulness to fail. My covenant will I not break nor alter. My covenant will I not break nor alter. My covenant will I not break or will I not break. My covenant will I not break nor alter the thing that is gone out of my lips. The Most High is not a man that he should lie, right? Again, just because Israel got punished, Israel was scattered, Israel is swallowed up by the heathen, Israel is in the land of their captivity, the Lord said, I'm not going to break the covenant with them, no matter what. Yup. Hey, Shalom. He got the elder put up Psalms 147. He showeth his word unto Jacob and his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. Yeah, man. Because it say right here in Deuteronomy, what's that? Deuteronomy 11:29. Deuteronomy chapter 11 and 26. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if ye obey the commandments of the Lord your power, which I command you this day, and a curse if ye will not obey the commandments of the Lord your power, but turn aside out of the way which I command you this day to go after other gods which ye have known. So yeah, this is a blessing and a curse for who? For Israel. But it say, I will yet choose Israel. We read that in Isaiah 14:1. And we read that in Baruch, in the land of their captivity. So in the land of their captivity, in the land that they in as a curse, they will remember themselves, and then after they remember themselves and turn to me and start calling on the true names of the Lord, then it said what? I will make a new covenant with them. Then we read in Hebrews, the 8th chapter, that I'm do a new covenant with them. Matter of fact, we got one here in Jeremiah. Let's get in Jeremiah then. It's 31. Yup. God, there you go. Let's go. Yeah. Jeremiah 31:31. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel. No, the whole world. Anybody that want to believe. The house of believers. The Christian church. No. It say, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, northern kingdom and southern kingdom. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith the Lord. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord, and I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people. It's the same thing that we read in Hebrews. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for they shall all know me. Because it's called the word's going to be in our inward part, right? Matter of fact, over here, what you got over here? You got this one, right? Okay. When gusting up. We take that. Dang, what was it? Okay, yeah, I know where I was going. Why? Y'all about you. Let's go right here. Exodus, right? I love this one. This one of my favorite scriptures right here. His chosen ones. He is the Lord, our power. His judgments are in all the earth. Be mindful always of his covenant, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations, even of the covenant which he made with Abraham and his oath unto Isaac, and have confirmed the same to Jacob for a law and for Israel for an everlasting covenant. That's it right there. Even though we curse under the curses and all of this, let's read it again. Let's go. First Chronicles chapter 16 and 13. O ye seed of Israel, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen ones, he is the Lord our power, his judgments are in all the earth. Be ye mindful always of his covenant, the word he commanded to 1,000 generations, even of the covenant which he made with Abraham and his oath with Isaac, and have confirmed the same to Jacob for a law, and to Israel for everlasting covenant. And to Israel for everlasting covenant. Let's go right here. Let's go. We close it out right here. You done made the point. The curse, even though he was cursed, that don't mean nothing. That didn't change nothing. Isaiah. That's right. I'm reading that one. That one read good too. That's not it. That's not the one I want. It's Isaiah 44. Yeah. Isaiah chapter 44 and 1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith the Lord, that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, who I have chosen. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, not with an S. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessings upon thy offspring. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water courses. One shall say, I am the Lord's, another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, the surname himself by the name of Israel. Period. Period. The covenant is forever. The curses was temporary. The curses was temporary. The covenant was forever. So sooner or later, Israel gonna be rise up again. Hey, I appreciate whoever checked in. The water for the precepts. So with that, I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna say all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Salute to the men out here teaching the fullness of the scriptures in these times, to the hopeful elect, scattered abroad, unlike it to a speckled bird, tabernacle of King David, 144,000 mighty men. Hey man, peace, blessings. I look forward to your rulership, to the remnant, men, women, children, remain spiritual. Let's go Israel. Shalom.